Good morning. So today is my last full day in the Peak District, and I was gonna go do this ridge walk to go see Mam Tor, and then all along this ridge down to Losehill, and then back to my accommodation. It's supposed to not rain today, but you decide if you believe that or not. Keep your fingers crossed that it doesn't. I can deal with clouds much more than I can deal with rain at this point. But let's go. I would say, if you're somebody who likes going into caverns, this is the place for you. There's so many of these different caverns. This one, you can go on a boat. This, I think, is this tenets or something like that pass. It's like this really narrow pass. I think if you climb up there, you can kind of see part of it. Not sure, I'm gonna check my path. Thank you, Creek Cliff Cavern, for these sorts of signs. That's very helpful. Anyway, here's another cavern. I think that's Mam Tor. Unknown though, we'll find out. And here's the rest of the valley. It seems like this cloud layer is maybe lightening up a little bit. Can't really tell. But in the distance, there's that weird building I keep seeing. And then on that hill, you can see that little spire thing that's sticking out. I think that's that radio tower that I walked past when I was doing the hike from Eam to Hathersage, which is kind of cool. And then, of course, down there in the foreground, that's Castleton. Little cave. Oh, and this is the third cavern I've come to, the Blue John Cavern. This is like, I guess, the famous one, but it's quite shut. Also, here's my question. There's definitely a bus stop there, like that's what that is, but in all of my research, I have not been able to find buses that come out this far into the mountains. So, not sure if that was a pre-COVID thing or what, but. Now last summer, when I was up at the very high part of the Colorado Rocky Mountain National Park, I said it kind of reminded me of like England or Ireland. This is the part of England or Ireland it reminds me of, this sort of vibe. Sun is trying really hard to peek out over there. So pretty up here. I figured out why there's so many people that go up Mam Tor. So there's a parking lot behind those trees, and then this little footpath, then you just go up there. Whereas I've hiked up from down there. I feel like theirs might be a little bit cheating. So rumor has it that there are Highland Coo up here. Those could be Highland Coo. Maybe that's why those people are walking so close. Like, but I don't know. They also kind of just look like regular cows, and that seems to be usually what I find when I'm looking for Highland Coos, is just regular cows. That is the Edale Valley and the Kinderscout Plateau. So you can kind of see a path running up the end there. Pretty sure that's Jacob's Ladder when I climbed up to get up to Kinderscout. There's the back end of that pass. I think it's called Winnet's Pass. You can see it winds all the way down into the Edale Valley. So you can do something, I think it's called the something circular, maybe the crest circular, I'm not sure. But you can see how the hills I'm on go around. They touch the Kinder Plateau on the other side. And they actually almost connect on this side too. There's like a long bit of hills that I'm gonna be walking on today. And I think if you do the whole circular, it's like 20 miles or something like that. But people do it. Kind of impressive, kind of terrifying. So that's the top of Mam Tor. That's the Edale Valley. And then this is the ridge walk that I'm going to be doing. All the way down there. I think that's Loose, whatever hill. And then I'm going to kind of head back down into the valley. So pretty. So apparently the top of Mam Tor, or Mother Hill is the translation, used to actually be a Celtic settlement, like ancient Celtic times. So they had like a village up here. And you know, you can, when it's clear, you can see for miles, so it kind of makes sense from like a defensible position. But it's interesting. I've never seen, like in this part of the world, like, you know, ancient peoples or whatever, building this far up. But you learn something new every day. There's the town of Edale. And that means I stayed over there in that little corner with its cluster of trees. The sun peeked out when I got to the top of Mam Tor over there. It's just beautiful. Hoping I keep following it to the end. I think the end for me is the taller peak over there. And then I wend my way down. So pretty. That's where I got caught in the rain, up there. Super fun. It was basically straight across from here. Here, let me see if I can get a better glimpse. There we go. Essentially straight across from here. And then I made my way all along the ridge there. And then down, you can see to like where that road cuts. And then I went down to the bottom where those buildings are, and then walked up that path back to where I was staying. So in that little cluster of trees right there, that's where the YHA that I was staying at is. And just for some point of reference, the actual town of Edale is all the way over there. So that's how far I had to walk with all of my stuff and things. So that's where I stayed, right back there. You can see that little building peeking through the trees. And this last little bit of the hike over here, this is what I could see when I looked out the window. So it's kind of cool to now be up here. Last peak for the Peak District. What's that festival thing that I saw yesterday? And I'm pretty sure, if you look in the trees over there, that little building, right there, I'm pretty sure that's where I'm staying. Very cool. So Stanage Edge, which was the first hike that I did, is over there. And then I hiked down the side of this guy, up over there. And then today I started down there in that valley and went up to the top of Mam Tor along this ridge. So I think I've done a pretty good job of covering my bases over here. That's Whelmed, which people say you should go to see, but I'm not gonna make it there because it's kind of its own standalone thing, but very cool. Also, there's all these teeny tiny bugs up here, and they're basically like biting gnats, so I think they might be midge. Oh look, it's all the scouts. Hopefully I can avoid them a little bit. Apparently the sheep go into hibernation when the sun comes out, or something. They're all having a snooze. Apparently my path goes through this field with cows. So much more woods in the Peak District than I thought there would be, but pretty, even if buggy. And there's Mam Tor. And if you look, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but there's little bumpy things at the very top. Those are all little people. I can see them with my naked eye. And right in front of me, that is the back of the YHA I'm staying at. Hopefully there is a gate that is open. There was not when I was trying to leave. I made it back. And it was about 6.5 miles and about 1,500 feet of elevation gain, and it's only noon. I started at like 8, so in 4 hours. Y'all, I think I might be getting in shape because This sort of a hike would have taken me all day at the beginning of this trip, and now I did it in 4 hours with a couple of rest stops for like snacks and stuff like that, and pictures obviously. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with the rest of my day, but I have a big chunk of it. Unfortunately, I rolled my ankle when I was up on that ridge, so I don't think it's gonna involve a ton more walking because I don't wanna like, you know, make anything any worse. But yeah, we'll see. Decided I'm going to celebrate my hike by having this stout. It's banoffee flavored. I'll report back on it. Okay, it's weird. It's like, it tastes like banoffee pie, but it's like not super sweet. That's crazy.